Good afternoon. Would you like to try a free sample of our double fudge brownie?
Oh, sure. That's very good. I'll just take one more, just to be sure. Yep, still very good.
Some things never change, like never being able to take just one free sample. And Geico saving folks lots of money on their car insurance.
Is that macadamia nut I taste? Let me take one more.
Sir,
Yeah, I thought so.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Hey, Cousin Sal here, bringing you an exclusive FanDuel Sportsbook offer for the big game. All new users are getting an exclusive 55-1 odds boost on either team to win the big game. Max bet $5. That means you could turn a $5 bet into $275 if your pick wins. Sign up today at FanDuel.com/Sal.
21 plus and present in New Jersey. New users only. Must wager on designated boost market. $10 first deposit required. Max bonus $275. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
Our business needs vans, lots of vans, and Europcar meets our day-to-day needs all across the country, providing our company with the ideal selection of small, medium or large vans and trucks, and even bespoke commercial vehicles delivered directly to our premises.
From our 22 nationwide locations, Europcar supplies Irish businesses with an unrivaled range of vans, 4x4 pickups, 4-seater commercial SUVs and double cab tippers. With 9,000 vehicles in our fleet, there's no demand we can't fulfill. Europcar, moving your way.
Everyone shouts about how fast their broadband is.
We're fast, mega fast, stupid fast, almost too fast.
But what do they say about reliability? Well, Dublin, with Virgin Media, you get both. Ireland's fastest broadband network and 99.9% network reliability. Reliability at speed. See virginmedia.ie.
Terms and conditions apply. Ireland's fastest broadband network as awarded by Ookla. Network reliability. See virginmedia.ie/proof.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
Welcome to Sporgy, the show that gives you half-ass sports fans giving their half-ass opinions.
And now, here are your hosts.
Welcome to Sporgy number 135. I'm Chris.
I'm the Iceman.
No Rich. Rich has the night off. Well, he has the night off from this. He still has his job. So, is what it is. We're going to get a show out to you. It's me and Ice. Not the most scintillating of shows. We've done a couple of these before, but if you're a fan of Rich and not of us, sorry. We'll see you next week. But anyways, let's start out with the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. St. Louis Blues. You finally you finally shook the first round fodder moniker. 52 years since the cup has been hoisted for the or not. Have they won in their existence? Because they were an expansion team, right?
Yeah, they haven't won.
Yeah. So never in their existence have they won the Stanley Cup championship. And then there's Boston, who was 100 days removed from their last championship. Yeah. How do you see this series playing out there, Ice?
Oh no, this is Boston's series. Unfortunately, I know Rich wants to have St. Louis or San Jose win one finally, but just not in the cards for him today. Not this year.
Now, are they playing today? We're full transparency. We're recording on Wednesday. Are they playing tonight? I know Boston was up 1-0. Did they play tonight?
Yeah, it's 2-2 in the third.
Okay, so it's not like the NBA where they play one game a week. We'll get to that later. But
yeah, no, they're playing right now. I'm watching it.
So I mean, you follow hockey closer than me. Rich follows it closer than both of us. They're the team to beat. Are they the better team on the ice?
They just are. Offensively, defensively. A lot of people say, Chara is too old. I think he's like 44 or 42.
He's 42.
Yeah, but he still has it. The drive's still there. Unfortunately, I watched both of these games. Well, I watched part of game one and then this game. It's almost no contest because I see that St. Louis is trying the best they can. I mean, they're putting their best skate forward every time, every shift, every minute. It's just not enough. Rask is a better goalie. It's just they're totally outskilled. Anything can happen, obviously, but if St. Louis lets it down for even a second, they're done.
Yeah, and surprisingly, how pissed are the Sharks going to be next season at the Blues? I mean, like the whole country is in agreement. The Sharks got jobbed, right?
Oh yeah, I mean that goes to all the way back to the NFL when the Saints were like, "Hey, throw a flag." No, really?
I'd still say that was karma getting the Saints, because the Saints won that game against Pittsburgh a couple weeks earlier. It was a week or two earlier that put Pittsburgh out of the playoffs on the same kind of shit. That was karma coming for the Saints. But we're talking hockey.
Well, no, I'm just saying it doesn't matter what sport you're at. The refs are going to be the refs,
Yeah, refs are going to ref.
Exactly. Now, what do you say every time it happens in NBA or anywhere else? Don't put yourself in that situation where one call is going to cost you. We've said it many times talking about, Miami and Notre Dame. If you leave it up to the refs, they will screw you. It doesn't matter who it is, where it is, what sport it is. If you leave it up to somebody else, they will take it away from you. Go out there and make sure you don't leave it in somebody else's hands.
Yeah, leave no doubt. Be up 4 goals before the buzzer rings. Or horn sounds, I'm sorry. But so it should be.
So you could. But yeah, all the way back to that. Yeah, they got jobbed. No doubt about it. There's nobody that cannot seriously argue that they didn't. So,
because they were the best team left. At least the three of us agreed in the West. But yeah, St. Louis or the refs had other plans. And I did see a couple stories though that because of that, the NHL is seriously reconsidering their replay rules in the playoffs.
Oh, especially on the overtime.
So I guess they got that going for them.
But I mean, that's again any sport. We've got to review the rule of is it a catch? We got to review the rule of was he in the crease? You know what I mean? Every sport has their we got to review in the off season.
Mm-hmm. And it seems like they could be a little more definitive, but then you can't have all of these wide-ranging debates if they settle things once and for all, right?
Right. Yeah. But I like that quote you had a long time ago. Leave no doubt. Don't put yourself in that situation. And very often, in many given sports, teams put themselves in that frickin' situation, and we get to sit here and talk about it.
But yeah, sports talk wouldn't exist if teams didn't do that.
Right. So, I mean, obviously, those moments are going to happen. They've happened throughout history in every sport. It's just, this is the latest conflict. So it won't be the last, trust me. We'll be talking about this again very soon with 2 different teams, probably in another sport.
And it will give Shark fans something to bitch about until October.
But that's where rivalries are born also. You didn't beat me, the refs beat me. I'm going to take the refs out of it this time. All right, well, show me.
This is the beginning of a storied St. Louis and San Jose rivalry. Maybe.
You never know.
So I'm rooting for the Blues. Just simply, first of all, I'm probably a couple hours out of St. Louis where I'm sitting right now. But also, yeah, again, come on. Boston can't get 3 out of the 4 sports in one calendar year. They just can't.
Well, I mean, they can.
I mean, yeah, I know, but that's... does it make the insufferable Boston sports fan more insufferable?
Oh, most definitely. Besides, who likes Boston besides Boston?
True. Which, I know we were going to talk about it at the end of the podcast, but let's talk about it now because we brought up Boston. It fits right in nicely. Bill Buckner. Oh. Rest in peace.
Thank God he got to see the championship before he went, though, right?
Yeah, right? And he finally got some peace. He's finally got probably people stopped telling him to fuck off now.
Yeah, everybody's like, "Oh, I'm so sad he died." I was like, "Weren't you talking like forever to have him die? Yeah. Didn't he get death threats and shit?"
Yeah. 24 hours ago, if you saw him on the street, you'd tell him fuck him and spit on his shoes. But now because he's dead. I mean, I get it. You have respect for the dead, but I mean, come on. The Boston sports fans, there is no love lost for him.
Well, they did give him a celebratory day. I know they brought him back after they won the championship and brought him back to the stadium, and everybody forgave him for missing it. And if you're not well steeped on Boston, folks, we're talking about him missing the World Series at first base, went right under his legs.
Yeah, Boston was 3 outs away from breaking the curse in '86, and bloop, right through his legs. And then and another podcast I listened to did bring up a good point. They had, and it's the same point that is lost to when people bitch about Steve Bartman. They had another game they could have won.
Right.
They could have won the next game, and it all didn't matter.
And one more time, let's go right back to the NHL. Don't put yourself in that position.
Yeah.
It's happened forever. It will continue to happen.
Yeah. Do you ever see that? Do you ever watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, Earl?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
The episode with Bill Buckner.
Yeah.
When the bartender comes up to the guy, excuse me, sir, there's some fans here that say they can not be in the same room with you. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. That shit is hilarious. At the end, Larry David throws the ball to him, and it goes through his hands.
Yep. Classic.
But as far as us, at least for our age group, one of the first GOATs of our lifetime, and we don't mean the new version of GOAT. That means greatest of all time. No. When we were little, GOAT meant you blew it.
Yeah.
What was it? What was it? You were the hero or the GOAT? Yeah.
Because
20 years.
Jackass.
Yeah. 30 years later, GOAT means good. No, when Buckner did it, no. Like I said, imagine having an entire city pissed off at you. I mean, he had to move, right? Yeah. Bartman probably did.
Well, they put Bartman in like protective custody.
Yeah.
Honestly, people were going to kill him. And he wasn't like a famous baseball player. Not like Buckner was. He was a nobody. He was somebody that just caught a foul ball. They were going to kill him.
Yeah, Buckner and Bartman, they both got a bad rap. Right? Rest in peace, Bill Buckner. Maybe.
You know what's really fucked up is that he's remembered for missing that ball, but not remembered for getting to the World Series.
Yeah.
Like nobody knows what his batting. Well, Todd probably knows what his batting average was and everything else, but you say Bill Buckner, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, Boston missed the ball, cost him."
Yeah, well, that's his legacy, unfortunately. Come on, you're from Michigan, right? When you say Chris Webber, what do you think? Timeout.
Out.
Yeah, exactly. People remember your greatest victory or your greatest mistake. That's just how we're wired.
Yeah.
So maybe up in heaven, Bill's finally making that catch. And he got to see Boston win 3 World Series before he died?
Yeah. It's like, okay, the curse is broke. Okay, we're setting a new trend. We're on our way to being a dynasty, folks. It's not my fault anymore.
Yeah. So, enough talk about Boston. Assholes. We'll move on to the NBA.
Oh.
Now, you just said the word dynasty, sir. We have one on our hands. We're going to have 4 out of the last 5 years.
Yeah.
That's a dynasty.
Oh, definitely.
And
100.
And now we're possibly bordering on greatest team ever. I mean, what did the Bulls have? 7?
6.
6. Yeah, and they weren't all in a row either.
Well, because they retired.
Mm-hmm.
But if he hadn't, they'd be 7 in a row.
Yes.
That being said, I'm loving the fact that people are finally getting what I've been saying for fuck all ever. There is one man on that team you cannot play without. He is the adrenaline of that team. He's the heart of that team. He is the heart and soul. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Seth Curry?
Yes, Steph Curry. Absolutely.
Oh, Steph. What? I said his brother. What the?
Yeah, I know you did.
Late, folks.
Yeah. Yeah, he beat the shit out of him, his brother. But, yeah, it's Steph Curry. Everybody wants to say KD is this and that and pump him up and talk about the trades and all that. That's great. But he is not Steph Curry.
A stat came out this week. Since Kevin Durant's been injured, they've lost 1 game. Say that again. Since Kevin Durant has been injured, they have lost 1 game.
Well, that's where I'm at. And they're in the playoffs that only lost that many. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And they haven't been playing sissies.
No.
The hardest team they face and are gonna face is the Houston Rockets.
Yeah, but who were eliminated a while ago. So see you next season, Houston. So it's the Warriors. It is the Raptors. Way to blow it, Bucks.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Everybody talking about Giannis, the Greek freak, unstoppable. He's going to give the Warriors a run. He couldn't even get past the fucking Raptors. lost 4 straight. 1-2, lost 4 straight. It's like, okay, I get it, sports media. You want to, build up stories and get behind people. I got it. I learned that with LeBron James. That's what you do. Just try to follow the right story.
Yeah, the right story. But think about it. They had to fill time, man. They had to fill. They didn't have the name they've been saying for the last 7-8 years. All right. He's he's in his production company. He's playing golf or whatever the fuck LeBron does in his offseason. They needed a sexy name to talk about that wasn't LeBron or, quite honestly, Steph Curry. That's what I think what was going on.
Yeah, and LeBron has his own problems in L.A. You hearing that?
Oh, yeah, like they think he tampered with Lou and all this stuff, and oh yeah.
Yeah, the whole Magic thing is wow. Let me ask you something. I asked my wife this the other day. I looked at him. He got AIDS way back in the early 90s. How the fuck does he have HIV and look like that?
He's rich.
Well, yeah, I thought that too, but then I just watched Straight Outta Compton. Eazy-E was rich as fuck.
Yeah, but Eazy-E, that was also 1994. Yeah. Magic, he's rich, and plus two, now, quite honestly, HIV now is like getting diabetes. It's totally manageable now. It's not a death sentence like it was when we were kids.
Right. But when we were kids, it was a death sentence, and that's when his ass got it.
Yes, but he was still
just trying to figure that out. I'm like, did he change his fucking whole blood out like a Chevrolet oil?
Because with Magic, he probably, when he made his announcement, he had attained the HIV virus, right?
Right.
Eazy-E, Eazy-E dropped dead. That means he had AIDS. So that means, just if you look at the timeline, it means Eazy-E had it way before Magic did. Because what was it back in the day? They said it took HIV 10 years to turn into AIDS or something like that. Eazy-E dropped dead in 94. All right, that was maybe 2 or 3 years after Magic announced. That means Eazy-E had it for a while. And probably by the time he was rich, they were like, "Well, can't do nothing. Good luck.
Make it comfy."
So yeah, the NBA Finals. I mean, nobody's talking Golden State, right? It ain't going to be the Raptors.
A lot of people are saying that Kawhi Leonard can do it. He got past the Greek Freak, so now he's he can get past the Warriors. No.
Yeah, but what I'd say to those people is, the problem is Kawhi Leonard is playing against 5 Kawhi Leonards.
Well, exactly. Everybody's talking about Kevin Durant being traded, Klay Thompson, free agent, yada, yada, yada. And where are we going? Who are we building up? Is he going to Boston? Is he going to the Knicks? Are they going to LA? Yada, yada, yada. There's so much to watch after the NBA draft. Before the NBA season starts, there's so much to watch next year. With the Pelicans having the first round draft pick, are they going to be able to keep, Anthony?
Yeah, when that happened, I went, oops, if you're Anthony Davis, you didn't see that coming.
Right, and the word is he still wants to leave.
Yeah, I would too, because I'm looking at I'm going to be replaced by Zion Williamson. So,
but now there's a lot of good talent up in the air, though, Chris. A lot of good talent. Now, here's the thing: when it was quote super teams and the big three, it happened in Boston, it happened in Miami, happened a couple other places. The big three, quote unquote, doesn't help anymore. Because of Golden State. It just doesn't help. The Golden State Warriors have 4 out of their 5 starters Hall of Famers.
Yeah, and quite honestly, their second string would probably be starting, on a shitty team.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Their B team is all-stars.
Yeah, their B team would probably start on the Knicks.
Yeah, you got Iguodala.
Started in Philadelphia.
The little short guy that replaces Steph Curry. I can't think of his name right now. I'll think of it later. But yeah, they're just all-stars. Their B team is all-stars. Their starters are Hall of Famers. What are you going to do? The funniest shit I watched was when they were playing Portland, and they tried to double team and trap Steph Curry. and he still scored on you. He's like, okay, you won't let me in? Cool, I'll just shoot a 3. Oh, you're going to double team me on the 3 here? Watch. And then he just shoots it from way the fuck out there.
Yeah.
Now what do? Now you're so worried about him, you're running to him with 2 or 3 guys. He just dishes it off for a slam dunk. You can't win.
Yeah. Because
you have to literally have more than 5 people on the floor. You have to have 2 on Steph Curry, 2 on Klay Thompson, and then, single cover everybody else. And God forbid if KD does come back, fucking forget about it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, people don't understand. Like, this team, I mean, it's probably like having, like, put in football terms, like having, like, Odell Beckham and Antonio Brown, Todd Gurley, and Saquon Barkley all on a team.
Yeah, everybody used to do it. If Rich was here, he'd back me up. When you get these sports games, you go and you turn off the reject trades and then trade for all the people, all the best people in the game to come into your team. That's the fucking Warriors. It's how they've been for half a decade. And the best thing about it is they've done this all through the draft except 2 trades where they got Boogie, which is, we
knew that was a 1-year signing.
Right, but he's out. He's hurt. And he got Kevin Durant, who's also now hurt. And
they're still just dominating.
Dude. And that's why it's arguably the best team ever, because the only people you could compare this to is Jordan. And Jordan was so good, it didn't matter who you put him with.
Yeah. Well, they win 2 more after this year. I mean, they're better than that Bulls team because they'll have done 6 and 7 years.
Right. And they'll be better than the Bulls team after this year because they did it with the same people.
Mm-hmm.
The Bulls was a rotating cast, which, there's argument there. Does that make, Jordan better than everybody else, or did everybody else that rotated in make Jordan better? There's argument to be had there, but I say that makes Jordan better than anybody else. It doesn't matter who you put him with. It's kind of like Brady. It doesn't matter who you put him with. He brings them up to his level, and that's just how you're going to play or you're gone.
Yeah.
But, I mean, anybody who can win with Bill Cartwright as your center, yeah, you're the fucking GOAT, dude.
Yeah, man. It's just they are quickly turning into the New England the New England Patriots of basketball, because I've already seen the sports hipsters out. Oh, Golden State's gonna win again. Yes, because they built a team to win and they have a culture of winning, and Steve Kerr is a good coach. Yeah, they're gonna win. They are the Patriots of basketball right now.
And they play the exact same way as the Patriots. The Patriots do just enough in the first half to stay close. You have to beat the Warriors in the third quarter. If you can't survive their third quarter onslaught, you're going to lose. And that's the same way with the Patriots. They do just enough to stay close. On the second half, they make their adjustments, and then it's full throttle. And if you can beat them in the third quarter, well, then you've won your game. If you can't, well, nice try. Thanks for showing up.
Yeah.
Because the big talk about when they were playing Portland, they were down 15. They were down 16 at the half, talking about the Warriors. And that lead is erased by the by the middle of the third quarter. And then by the end of the third quarter, the Warriors are up by 4 or 5. Yeah, so it's like, okay, you can do anything you want in the first half. We're going to make our adjustments, and then you're fucked in the second half if you can't stop it. And nobody's been able to figure out how to stop it. And I guess that's a testament to Steve Kerr and his coaching ability.
He's a Hall of Fame coach, right?
Oh, fuck yeah, he is, dude.
Like first ballot?
I would say. This is his first 5 seasons. He's been in the finals every year. Won 4 out of 5. Well, 5 is to be determined, but still.
Yeah, it's true. We are being rather presumptuous. The Raptors did get to the final, but it just... They look like 2 different teams. Like Toronto is good, but they don't even look like they're playing the same game.
Well, I am one-sided. I am sitting here literally in a Steph Curry jersey. I've watched this kid since he came out of Davidson College, dude. This kid has the most purest shot I've ever seen. He is absolutely fearless when he shoots that ball. He shoots it with confidence every single time. Does not matter if it's a brick. If it goes over the backboard, he doesn't care. He'll come back and do the same shot.
Yeah. No, he's fun to watch, man, and he's not an asshole, which is also cool. A lot of guys in his position would have every right to be a big, giant, cocky asshole. He's not. He's still a nice guy, or at least the image he portrays is a nice guy. You don't hear about him getting in trouble. You don't hear about him running around on his wife.
No, very humble guy. Helps out the fans, helps out his charities. All around, just a great guy.
Because he probably has something that a lot of the guys in his position don't. Perspective. He realizes, hey, this could all go away tomorrow, and my job is really cool because it's not a regular job. So he's probably got that going for him too. Yeah, I think it all comes back to, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Curry, good job.
Oh, most definitely, but very good job because they're both in the NBA. Seth and Steph.
Yeah. Good job. You didn't make any assholes.
Right, and they just played each other. Man, that was such fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what was it, the one game where Seth just stripped him? Like came up from behind him, just took the ball, went bloop. The internet went nuts over that for like a day until they realized the Warriors were going to spank him.
Yep.
Sporty. ChristopherMedia.net.
Hey, everyone! Vinny the Frog here down at Aquazone and the Sport Island campus in Blanchardstown. Come and enjoy tropical wild water fun. Aquazone is open daily this summer, just minutes from Junction 6 on the M50. Book now at aquazone.ie.
There's no need to describe in detail every inch of the new Range Rover Evoque. With its unmistakable coupe-like silhouette, you'll recognize that quiet refinement when you see it. And with a new mild hybrid electric engine and intuitive technology, you have a car that handles superbly, both on-road and off. So if you're looking for a compact SUV that takes city driving above and beyond, look no further. New Range Rover Evoque from €42,845. Book your test drive today at Conlon's Land Rover Nace. Delivery and related charges apply.
ChristopherMedia.net.
Sporty.
We just talked a whole bunch of football, so fuck it. Let's go into the NFL has decided that they're going to study, and the NFLPA, they're going to study marijuana as a potential pain management tool for players. I got news for you. A lot of them are already using it. But it's about time, right? I mean, because the only other option really is what? These guys, especially when you get to guys that are playing that are our age, Ice, where the time is limited and the body is weakening. It's all the other alternatives, a handful of opioids. And honestly, the more we're learning about CTE, these guys are going to have enough problems than heaping on a killer drug addiction on top of it. And
well, also, it doesn't have to be marijuana with THC. You can use CBD oil. Mm-hmm. CBD oil is the one that is the pain management.
Yes.
They have found a way to splice the THC out of it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, CBD's out. You can go buy CBD at 7-Eleven right now.
Even where pot isn't legal.
Mm-hmm. And then that's one thing that I brought up on the Weezen podcast Saturdays or Fridays here on ChristopherMedia.net. If you're on Seattle, Denver, any team in California, the Detroit Lions, the Patriots, it's legal in those states. You might as well be testing them for alcohol.
Yep.
So this could too also be the NFL just kind of seeing the writing on the wall, like, we're gonna have to look into this because 2/3 it's legal in 2/3 of the country or a third of the country now. So yeah.
Well, I've said for many moons that it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad drug. To use it for purely recreational use, that's a choice. That's like smoking a cigarette, and I think people still have, a responsibility if you're going to smoke it to be responsible, not drive, operate heavy machinery, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, anybody who knows me or has listened to the podcast listen to me talk about my first wife, she had cancer. And I'll tell you, anybody who's against cancer for any medical reason, watch somebody you love as much as I loved my wife and watch the difference between when she had it and when she did. There will be no argument you have. You will have zero argument.
I'll even reduce it further down to something that's something as simple as a hangover. You ever smoke pot and you had a hangover? No? Well, you should try it. Because you drink a bottle of water and smoke a joint when you have a hangover, you feel like a brand new fucking person. I mean, it gets the whole point of it is it gets the nausea. It is yes, does have recreational uses. We all know that, but there is medicinal qualities to it. And yeah, looking into something else for these guys in the NFL, guys that essentially get hit by, small cars 4 months a year, probably 6 when you add in training camp and all that, hey, yeah, maybe there should be another avenue for pain management here, other than, hey, here's a handful of OxyContin, enjoy your habit, we'll see you in rehab in 5 years.
Right.
So yeah, slow down, Goodell. So
it's not to mention that you can't splice out the mind-numbing effect of oxycodone or stuff like that.
It's true. Oxy is oxy, no matter what you do to it.
Yeah, it affects your mind, your memory, your body. It shuts down your liver. So I mean, there's a lot of bad things with, quote, pain pills.
Yeah, and in the NFL, haven't we discussed too that the reason it's outlawed essentially is because it's somehow considered in the NFL a performance enhancing drug?
I like what Robin Williams said about that. He did a stand-up. If you haven't seen it, that's something you got to see. It's called Live on Broadway. He was talking about how gold medal snowboarders got their gold medals taken away for testing positive for marijuana as a performance enhancement drug. Robin said, the only way that marijuana is a performance enhancing drug is if there's a giant Hershey bar at the end of the runway. Because then you're looking down at it and you're like, I'm there! Because you're running for that chocolate.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of just draconian thoughts out there still on pot. But good news is all these people are dying because they're super old.
Squirrel!
Yeah, so...
No, squirrel. St. Louis is 1-1 now. They just won in overtime.
Ooh, well, there you go. Boston. Don't count them just yet.
And they won in Boston.
Ooh, they just changed the home ice advantage.
Home ice. Yep. Back to the weed, though. No, and like I said, with NFL with any professional sports player, taking CBD oil is not taking the THC. Is not in performance enhancing by any means. It just helps relieve the pain without messing up your systems. Again, your liver, your kidneys.
Relieve pain, helps you sleep. All kinds of benefits. It's better than probably better than the big tub of ice we always see that they all got to sit in.
Right? Shock your body into not hurting.
Mm-hmm.
The movie, what is it, Friday Night Lights, where they sit there and put a needle into kids' legs where, old tears and scar tissue and everything else to the point they can't, run by the time they're, 20.
Mm-hmm. Well, remember Megatron's fingers?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm sure that goes on a grander scale with all of your limbs. And then too, maybe with this pot thing, maybe they'll find something to help the CTE. We don't know, but we don't not know. But since they're actually going to be looking into it now, we may actually find something out.
I'm not going to go that far with it. Two big ass, cars collide enough times, and one time for people is too many. But again, that is waiving the risk.
Mm-hmm. Trust me, I talk out of my both sides of my mouth when I talk about the CTE stuff because, first and foremost, I've said on this podcast 100 times, hey, it's an assumed risk. They know it. They know what they're getting into. But the other part I've always thought, too, is like you cannot tell me in any of these sports, whether it's football, hockey, that your brain jiggling around in your skull like that for prolonged periods of time doesn't do any damage to you. I can't buy that.
I always go back to why do we still have boxing?
Your brain, yes, you got a helmet on, but there's no helmet between your brain and your skull. When you get knocked around, your brain's still going to knock into your skull, and that's got to have an effect on you.
Well, especially people, just some of these boxers, their punch power is ridiculous.
Yeah, what was it? What they said Roberto Duran, so it was like getting hit with gloves full of concrete.
Yeah, so if people are still worried about your brain and what sports does to your brain, why do we still have boxing?
Because people like to get paid and they don't care. But it's because it's assuming the risk. I'm sure plenty of the gentlemen who get into boxing know that you're going to get hit in the head a lot. You're probably going to lose some teeth. You're going to get cauliflower ear. And they go, yeah, sure, I want to be a boxer. It's especially too when you're at the pro level, you didn't just they didn't just walk into the WBA and go, hey, I want to be a boxer. No, it's just years and 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 years of training.
Years and years and years and years and years of getting hit in the head.
Yeah. It's like the people we always talk about that are slowly trying to kill football. You don't just drive down Woodward and go, hey, there's Ford Field. I want to play for the Lions. No. I mean,
well, maybe. I mean, it is the Lions.
Yeah, that's true. Or say the Redskins last year, they were actually pulling guys off the street. But but by the time you're getting drafted, you've been playing for 20 years. You started in Pop Warner, you played in high school, you played in college. By the time you're getting drafted at 22, 21 years old, you've been playing since you were 8 or 9. So again, knew the risks, well aware of them. So yeah, let the NFL have their weed.
And for the love of God, give some to Zeke.
Zeke. Oh yeah, Zeke. It's third season in a row, Zeke. Thinking you might have a temper problem.
No, he needs the weed with the THC. That motherfucker needs to just calm down for a while.
And what was it this time? He pushed or punched a guard at like a music festival in Las Vegas or something?
Well, I saw the video. He just got in his face. Mm-hmm. He didn't haul off and hit him or lay him out.
Oh, so...
But then he chest bumped him, and the guard fell. And
is it Zeke's fault the guard is a pussy?
No. But it is Zeke's fault that he got up in his face.
Yeah, but last time I checked, getting in somebody's face isn't a crime.
That's right. But the chest bump did. That's assault.
Zeke. And I did see, too, that the guard wants I believe, I swear to God, I believe the quote was he wants a meaningful apology from Zeke. Or Zeke, I'd tell him to fuck off, personally.
I would tell him eat a dick.
Stop apologizing for everything, everybody. But yeah, Zeke, from what I'm reading, looks like Uncle Jerry ain't going to punish him. I don't think he's facing anything from the league. But yeah, come on. Just another third year in a row, though. If I'm Jerry Jones, I'm starting to think do we really want to hold on to this guy? It seems every offseason. Every offseason, though, since he's been in the league, there's been something.
Get him a babysitter.
Right.
I'm almost not kidding about let him have a joint every now and again. I mean, seriously, that's the other thing about weed. Have you ever seen a pissed off person who's high? It's impossible.
Yeah. It was it's an old Jim Brewer joke. So yeah, you see two drunk people bump into each other. They start yelling at each other. Hey, what are they? Two high people bump into each other. They just forget that they were angry. And they move on. Hey, man, what? Nothing. And then they go on about their day.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Zeke was in Vegas. He could have bought some weed.
That's what I'm saying. Just one. Give that man one.
Yeah. One weed, please, for Zeke.
Medically prescribe it to him to keep his ass out of trouble.
Yes. To take one to avoid jail.
Instead of pain management, it's anger management, Zeke. Take it.
Yeah. Well, all right. I guess that's probably our quickest show ever. Unless you got anything else you want to discuss?
Anybody who likes the NBA, this offseason is just going to be phenomenal. Watch it. The days of the big three are over. If you're going to call yourself a super team, you damn well better have an entire team. Because until the Warriors are tired of winning, you ain't winning. Until they give up and say, okay, I have all the championship rings I can literally wear. It's time to go get paid.
till Steve Kerr can't lift his hands anymore. Like, there's so many rings. He's got rings on his thumbs.
Well, I mean, and that goes all the way back to Phil Jackson, because he played under Phil and then he played under Popovich. I mean, who better to learn from?
Yeah, I did not think about that. Yeah, he has had two of the greatest. He has played for two of the greatest coaches ever. Yeah, and I'm guessing he took notes, judging by Golden State's performance.
Well, he did something right, because that man is phenomenal. Definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer. As a coach, as a player, I would love to have played for him, and I can't play basketball. But this offseason is going to be thrilling. So many free agents, so many moves, just so many things to look at and watch for. Big names, too. Huge names. Kyrie Irving, Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant. I could do this all night. Klay Thompson. Just so many things to watch out for. And I'm telling you, Chris, the big three has been tried. They got it. They tried that in OKC with Russell and PG-13 and what's his nuts from the Knicks, Anthony.
Oh yeah. Well, the two that it was the ghost of Carmelo Anthony. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah, but it still was the big three.
Mm-hmm.
Tried it in Houston.
Wah wah.
Yeah, no shit. CP3, but you can't beat the Warriors.
I just wonder how many of these free agents are going to LA. You know, a bunch of them are.
LA has $32.8 million cap room. So yeah, they are. They should.
They have all that cap room, and they have LeBron.
Yeah, and look, and it's not the ghost of LeBron yet. LeBron's still pretty good, but LeBron has always been Pippen, and I hope people see that now. He has always been Pippen. He's great as Pippen. He elevates players to Jordan's level. Looking at you, Kyrie. But that being said, he needs players. When he was down in Miami, he had Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Ray Allen, Miller. You know, he needs a team, and then he's fucking phenomenal in it.
Yeah, when he was in Cleveland, he had Kyrie Irving, he had Kevin Love,
J.R. Smith.
Mm-hmm. Which that's another guy. Hey, timeout.
So this offseason should be huge. I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, it should be interesting. And in 2 months, it'll finally be underway. Oh, did I say that out loud? Like, to me, though, it is ridiculous with both of those leagues that the playoffs start in mid-April, and here it is, June starts in 2 days, and we're finally going, hey, the finals just started for both of them. They got to do something about the length of both of those playoffs. Because if you look at what is it? What is it? If you I believe it's the NBA, both of the leagues, like a quarter of the league makes the playoffs.
Yep, but that's not really the issue either. It's the length of time between games.
Yeah, what is it like? It's like 2 days in between a game, right?
Well, if they're moving cities, it's a game, a night off, a game, a night off, and then you move cities, two nights off, a game, a night off, a game, move cities. Whereas when it was back in the Jordan day, you played 2 games at home, you had a night off for travel, you played 2 games away, you had a night off for travel, you played a game at yours, had a night off for travel, a game at theirs.
Yeah, back in the day, the finals could have been over in a week.
That's what I'm saying. If that was a sweep.
Yeah, the ones the Pistons won, they were a sweep. Or at least the one in '89 was. Yeah, that shit was over in a week. Yeah, now, but the 4th of July, they'll wrap this thing up.
Right, and the NHL are finally in the second game heading to the third game of the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah, like it's literally, it is for both of these leagues, it's like another third of a season.
Yeah, it's almost year round.
So anyway,
by the time it wraps up, you got to go through the draft, then you got to go into spring training and.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of wrapping it up, it's going to do it for us. Short and sweet this week. Rich will be back next week. Be back to normal. Dude, is it training camp yet? Oh, my God.
Not
We're
yet.
only in like the second month of baseball. Training
We're at
camp
OTAs.
Soon. It is end of May, so we got, what, a couple months, training camp gets in. God damn.
Yeah, because we're at OTAs right now.
Man. But yeah, so we'll be back next week, and then and once we get the finals squared away with the NHL and the NBA, we've kind of already been doing it, but yeah, it's the weekly shows in the summertime go to kind of bi-weekly, just because we're not trying to talk about baseball and tennis for 3 fucking months. Let's be honest.
Oh, come on, let's talk about the French Open one time.
Yeah, and speaking of which, though, by the way, it's. Rich brought it up. We might do it too. If you want to hear somebody really talk about baseball, check out the Do Baseball Toddcast. It's a new show here on the Christopher Media Network. Toddzilla from the Escaping the Cave podcast. He's been on this show a couple times, and if you've listened, he really likes baseball. Really likes baseball. And listening to his podcast, it's a subject he's passionate about, and you could tell that he enjoys doing it. If you like baseball, check this shit out. Rich brought up the fact that after listening to that, we shouldn't even talk about baseball on the show anymore. Just bring Todd on when we want to talk about it. But if you're into baseball, check it out. It's really good. I'm not just saying that because I'm the guy who's helping to distribute it. I actually listen to it. It is enjoyable. So you can check that out.
Yeah, you learn a lot.
Dude, he knows so much shit.
Yeah, because I threw out a name to him on Facebook of Derek Dietrich, and he knew exactly what I was talking about. All I said was, Todd, Derek Dietrich, wow. And he was like, yeah, Cincinnati Reds, this cat's comparable to Barry Bonds. I'm like, wow. He knows exactly who I'm talking about. The cat hit 3 out of 4 in the game, and 3 out of 4 were home runs. It was disgusting. I was like, stop throwing the ball to him.
I'm telling you, I bet Todd's got scouting reports on little Dominican kids that we don't even know about. That's how much this guy's into baseball. So if you like baseball, check that out. Other than that, check us out, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, anywhere you get podcasts, we're there. Spreaker.com. They're helping us try to grow our audience because they like what we're doing here. So check them out as well. And until next week, see you.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
Bosch Home Appliances offer the easy way to perfect results. Our Bosch Autopilot ovens with preset recipes make family favourites a perfect success every time. Upgrade to PyroClean for the ultimate convenience. Or the Bosch IDOS self-dosing washing machines. Save up to 38% on detergent with one fill for 20 washes. With Which award-winning products and reliable local service teams, it's no surprise Bosch is Europe's #1 major appliance brand. Check out the full Bosch range in-store or at euronics.ie.
The Jaguar I-Pace is setting the pace for electric vehicles. Winner of the 2019 World Car of the Year, World Green Car of the Year and World Car Design of the Year. To celebrate this treble win, we're offering €3,000 off all Jaguar models, plus a free 3-year service plan. Set the pace. Book your test drive today at Conlon's Jaguar Nace. Offer available until the 31st of August.
ChristopherMedia.net.
If you like this show, please tell a friend. Please make sure to rate and comment on all your favorite Christopher Media shows. Please follow us on Twitter and like and share us on Facebook. You can subscribe to all ChristopherMedia.net shows for free on ChristopherMedia.net. Thank you for listening, and thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
Hey, Cousin Sal here, bringing you an exclusive FanDuel Sportsbook offer for the big game. All new users are getting an exclusive 55-1 odds boost on either team to win the big game. Max bet $5. That means you could turn a $5 bet into $275 if your pick wins. Sign up today at FanDuel.com/Sal.
21 plus and present in New Jersey. New users only. Must wager on designated boost market. $10 first deposit required. Max bonus $275. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, Hey, Cousin Sal here, bringing you an exclusive FanDuel Sportsbook offer for the big game. All new users are getting an exclusive 55-1 odds boost on either team to win the big game. Max bet $5. That means you could turn a $5 bet into $275 if your pick wins. Sign up today at FanDuel.com/Sal.
21 plus and present in New Jersey. New users only. Must wager on designated boost market. $10 first deposit required. Max bonus $275. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.